Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
This podcast about to get real lit. All right. What's up, Danny?
Not much. What's cracking, Elvin?
Shit, ain't no thing. Nothing much.
Ain't no
Nothing much.
thing, huh?
uh, yes, y'all. You're tuning in to Where's My Damn Podcast. Just want to shout out everyone that's tuning in, listening out there, wherever you are. Be sure to share the podcast, man. Spread the word, all that good stuff. Yeah, we're gonna fucking get into it. You know what I mean? My guest, I have a very special guest coming from Sacramento, California. She's gonna break it all down for y'all. We're gonna get into it. Um, I like to welcome everyone to the show. She has one of the biggest personalities in comedy. Inside joke there. But yeah, she's one of my good friends in comedy. I've seen her several times. Welcome, y'all. My friend, the homie, stand-up comedian, Danny D.
What's up, Elvin? And this podcast. I will spread the word like herpes, so everyone can sign up and listen to this podcast. I'm super excited to be on it. Thanks for having me.
Boom, there it is. Yeah, no, thank you. Yeah.
Taking time out of my busy day,
I
watching
know,
Friday.
man. Man, she's so busy. She's everywhere, y'all. She's in New York, Niagara Falls. She's in Phoenix.
I'm going
She's
to Boston next month. I'm so excited.
my
Oh,
God, man. It's hard to keep her at home, keep her down.
yeah.
Um, but so Danny, we'll definitely get into the whole comedy thing. What happened Saturday at the Russian roulette? You you dropped out. I'm pretty sure you had a good
Oh.
reason, but you want to get into
What
that
was
or
I
not?
doing? Oh, I was at a party. Yeah, I was trying, man. I was trying. I was at a comedy event and I just couldn't stay in because I was like, nah, man, I'm drunk. I'm at a party. Uh that's normally the case. It's normally my issue.
Oh, you
Everyone
know
was
what?
making fun of me for doing Zoom comedy. I
Yeah,
was like,
yeah.
fuck you guys.
I know, right? Shit.
Right?
Get on the train, y'all.
Get on that Zoom
Uh,
train.
yeah. Um. So, okay. That's what's up. So I think I know what event that was. Was that the did Lola put that on or something? The
Someone put it on. Yeah, I'm
the
not
weed show
sure.
or something
Yeah,
something with weed. Yeah.
so we had the weed show, and I don't know who put that on. We'll say Lola, I think.
Y-
And then we had a after party at another comic's house, and it ended up
Ah.
getting a little out of control, so I couldn't stay for the riff mic on Saturday.
Right. Yeah, I know. We're like everyone's like getting ready, and then boop,
I
all of
know
a sudden disappeared.
it sucks because I
Uh,
love that fucking mic, and I'm just like, oh man, okay, but I made up for it the next day.
yeah, yeah. Nah, yeah, no, it's dope. It's a little different, right? I started to jump on it as well. I did that. I think that was my second time doing Terra's Russian
Okay,
roulette, and
yeah,
and
I
I
love
think
Tara.
I did the afternoon one, Afternoon Delight by Athena Rodriguez.
Yep.
That so I, what's your thoughts on that? The like kind of just
The
thinking on the
improv,
fly.
the
Yeah, the improv type shit. Yeah.
um I like it. I love it. I mean, that's pretty much what I do on stage too.
Hmm.
Um, I mean, I have premises, but then I just kind of go with whatever the crowd wants. But I mean, I
Right.
like it. I think that it's helped me a lot. I've been doing the riff mic since before we were even talking about it. Like, we were just kind of like creating the idea. I was part of like the test version of it.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I never took an improv class, but I always
Hmm.
wanted to. And then the pandemic happened, so it didn't
Yeah.
get to happen. But I think this is the closest I can get to it right now.
Yeah. Yeah. No, that's dope. Yeah. No, it's definitely uh it's not the usual 5 minute set, your stand up set or whatever. It kind of takes you out of the whole norm, so to speak.
Hmm.
It's a good challenge. It's what I'm saying, I guess. Um, so like I mentioned earlier, you've been all over the place. Doing shows and stuff. I kind of wanted to talk to you about the whole the psychedelic show. Like
Okay.
how's that experience?
Well, Tom Baum puts together this amazing psychedelic show, and it ends up, just being magic. So the comedians either take
Yeah.
acid or shrooms, and then the audience gets a hallucinogenic with their ticket
Oh,
purchase,
really?
and
Wow.
it just ends up being yeah, just everyone's on hallucinogenics, and ends up being like a magical evening. And I've done four
Yeah.
psychedelic shows.
Man.
So and I just started doing psychedelics
Yeah.
this summer.
How was it?
So I had to fucking
Yeah.
amazing. Fucking
How
amazing.
long's the trip?
Well, I haven't had a bad trip yet, and I hope not to, but I mean, it's just like I used to just do shrooms and go down the
Yeah.
river or just do psychedelics. It's kind of hard though when you're doing, I mean, I know Tom Baum and I love him and I
Hmm.
trust him. So I normally don't do psychedelics with a bunch of
Yeah. Yeah.
strangers, but since I do know him, like it's a good environment to do it in. And I mean, every show he's had has ended up being
It it, it
phenomenal.
it's safe.
You know,
What we're Yeah.
yeah, and you end up meeting comics that you would never meet, and some are doing it for the first time, and some do it all the time. It just ends up being a
Yeah.
really good time.
That's cool. It's like, is acid similar to shrooms or different?
Yeah, it just lasts longer.
Ah, okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Shit, I'm a square. I haven't tried. I'm curious about mushrooms though, shrooms or whatever.
Yeah, I mean, if you're gonna start out with any kind of hallucinogenic, start out with mushrooms. That's what I did, and don't I
Yeah,
microdose, so like I always know you can eat more, you
yeah.
can't eat less. Uh, so that's my only caution going into it because I don't want to be out of control, especially in a different state with a bunch of people I don't know.
Right.
Uh,
Yeah,
so I always just kind of, be I'm aware of my
yeah. No,
surroundings.
that's good. I think that's what the the rule of thumb when it comes to stuff like that.
Yeah,
But yeah, no, I just fuck with like fucking edibles and
marijuana.
weed. But yeah, who knows?
Oh, what's that? I don't smoke weed.
Don't believe her, y'all. No.
I'm an angel. What are you talking about? You haven't heard?
Right. Oh man. So yeah, let's fucking do this. So Danny, uh,
Yeah.
how did you get into comedy, my friend?
Oh, that's a good question. So my second husband died. He did me a favor in
He
2017.
did you a
And he
favor?
died. Yeah, I mean, we were in the middle of a separation, so like it was the nicest thing he could have done
Ah,
for me because I didn't want to be divorced twice. I wanted to be, like it's better just being a widow because then you feel bad for me. I could still pull in that, dick, and not look like I have
right.
issues. But
Holla.
anyways, he passed away, and unfortunately, I was really bored, and I started gambling,
Mm,
pretty bad. And then I met my buddy Stephen Milani, who did comedy at the
mm,
time, uh, and he was a dealer there, and so he invited me to some shows, and I ran out of money to gamble, so I just said, "Fuck it, I'm gonna put my hand in this and try." I've always wanted to show my kids that like adults should have hobbies. I don't think adults should just their whole life should just be like their fucking kids and their family, like as horrible as that
mm.
sounds. I just think there's more if you have a passion for something, then your kids should have a passion for
Yeah.
something. Um, so, I did roller derby for a while. That didn't work
Mm.
out. And so I started comedy and I love it.
Nice.
And I'm okay at it. I'm not by anywhere near where I think I want to be, but I'm
Yeah,
getting
yeah,
there slowly
yeah,
but
for
surely,
sure. What?
putting in the
Yeah,
time.
what year is this? You're talking, or how many years so far?
Oh, I started October 2018.
Oh, okay, okay. Then we started at the same time. Then
Oh,
I started a month
yeah.
before. So okay, that's
Okay.
cool. That's cool.
Yeah.
Um, so the guy that you mentioned, he kind of he invited you to a show. That's what ended up happening.
I, yeah, so he invited me out to a show, and I just I was I knew him
Oh,
personally, so I
okay.
was just like, "Oh, well shit, like, I'm funny. I'm funnier than some of these people," I thought. Um and I mean, it's just in here in Sacramento, it's just a good network, especially in the females. There's some good female comics who aren't like, it's not a competition with us. It's more of
Yeah.
like, hey, why don't, if I get there before you, why don't I grab your hand and help you up
Right.
here?
Right.
It's not like it's either you or me. There's room for, as Tina San Lucas would say, there's room for
Right.
everyone.
Right.
But it's a good vibe. It's not always a good vibe, but we're trying to make it a positive vibe all the time.
Oh yeah. Hell yeah. For sure. So the first time you went
Yeah.
on stage, were you like nervous, or what was that feeling like?
No, I was so I did my first open mic at On the Y, which is a bar out here.
Yeah.
Uh and I went by myself. I didn't tell anyone what I was doing. And I sat there and uh I wrote my name down, and I thought it was going to be like, getting on stage and talking wasn't my issue,
Okay.
because I love
Right.
attention. So that wasn't my issue. But you know, actually having something funny to say, that's still sometimes an ongoing issue. It's a lot harder than I thought it was going to
Right.
be.
Right. Yeah.
There's a lot more work that goes into it that, you don't even think about. Some of these people are just like, oh, I could do that. And I love to give those people the microphone. I'm like, then do it. Let's
Yeah.
go.
Yeah. Right. Right.
Like,
Yeah. It's a
you
grind. It's
know,
a grind. You gotta definitely put in the work.
it's, yeah. And I didn't think that at first. I just thought I would go up there and just naturally be funny, but that didn't happen. So I went back the next night to a different open mic, and I tried it there, and then I tried to write some stuff down. And I would say for the first year and a half, I had no idea what the hell I to say or what I was doing. Like, I just kind of, I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know what I'm doing, Elvin. I don't know. Sometimes it's funny, sometimes it's not. I mean, there's no method to the madness. Everyone has their own way of how they get there or how they think they're going to get there.
Right.
But
It,
my way was working for
yeah.
me.
Well,
You know,
it's a process. I think I mean I've been there as well. I mean, like you're throwing stuff out there for the audience to to see if they like it or not, and then uh it takes time.
well, and not every audience is the same either. You know what I mean?
True.
So,
True.
like,
True.
now when I have shows or even open mics, because during the pandemic it's a lot harder to find, live events. So when I do go to a live event, I always get there early. I kind of watch the crowd, see what they're
Yeah.
into.
Yeah.
And it's easier for me to try to talk about related things that they want to hear, because no one wants to. We've all been there where, someone gets up there, we're out there with our friends or whatever, we just want to have a talk, and then someone gets on the microphone and everyone's like, oh, shut up, listen. But like, if you could say something that, they think is worth hearing, or
Yeah.
maybe they'll stop for a second, like, that's the biggest competition I play with myself. Like, what can I say to make these people turn around,
Yeah.
because normally their backs are facing us.
Right. Yeah.
you know
Yeah. No, it's a work in progress. It's a work in progress. I
yeah.
mean, like
If you love rejection, then I suggest getting into stand-up comedy.
there's plenty
you
of
know
that.
oh my god, it's yeah, like, it just, it's a constant, like, sometimes, you'll perform at Punchline for a full crowd, and other times you'll go to a bar where there's two fucking people that don't listen to you.
Right. Right. Yeah.
So it every night's different.
It runs the gamut, definitely. It runs the gamut. you know, like you said, there's, I mean, if you find that hot crowd, that fucks with you, it's one of those feelings that you can't explain, man. It's and I've had that, like, maybe uh I, I would say honestly a couple times that the crowd was really fucking with me, and all
Well,
the
you definitely have it in series, you fucking asshole.
series
Uh,
where she's gonna be
yeah.
coming down later on, and I got an answer for you. We'll disclose it on this podcast in a little bit here.
Oh, all right. Can't wait. Can't
um,
wait.
but yeah, no, it's a fucking interesting thing. It's definitely a challenge. Because like when that crowd is with you, oh man, it's nothing. Have you had that?
There's nothing better.
Yeah, hell yeah.
I mean, it honestly, like, uh I can't even describe the feeling. Like,
Yeah,
it's when I do well, I mean, I'm pretty hard on myself. Like, I'm super hard on myself. So even if I do well, I don't necessarily like think I never am that comic that's like, "Oh, I killed it. I killed it. I
yeah.
killed it." Like, that's never something that I say, because I just don't believe that once I say I killed it, I feel like I'm going to be done. Like, I should be funny all the time.
Yeah,
And that's not something that I am.
yeah.
But
I
it's
am.
changed
I do it all the
comedy.
time.
Oh, shut up.
No, no.
Comedy has like changed my life. Like, I'm addicted to it. Like, if I'm not doing it live, I'm doing it on Zoom. If I'm not doing it on Zoom, I'm telling my friends to, like, "Hey, what do you think of this?" or "What do you think of that?" And they're like, "Jesus Christ, will you
Right.
shut up?"
Right, right.
It's gotten to the point of where, like, that's all I do. That's all I think about it. I breathe it. I want it so bad.
Oh yeah,
So,
yeah. It's
you
it's
know.
it's definitely a constant
And
thing.
people don't understand it either.
Hmm.
Like, my family definitely doesn't understand it for sure. Like, my grandma and my aunts and shit, like, they're just like, what are you doing with your life? And I'm like, you guys will never understand it. It's
Right,
fine.
right. Yeah, no,
So,
I feel you on that. Quick thing on
yeah.
like like the whole comedy thing. When you first got started, like, did did it like hit you right away? Were you like hooked? Like, boom, like, oh man, I'm addicted. I'm off to the races now. Or did it take
No.
time?
It uh I would say it took a lot of time, and I still don't feel like honestly, I try to just keep the momentum going, and I try to stay positive about it. But it's hard when when you don't have a good set, or you're just like, what the fuck am I doing? Why am I driving 2.5 hours for 5 minutes?
Yeah.
And then, like, I didn't, and especially if I don't do like as good as I thought I was gonna do, like,
Yeah.
it really fucks with my head. Like, shit, I'm driving hella far, so, like, I just, I just try to stay positive about it all the time, and I'm not gonna be funny every time, but as long as I'm funny, as long as I think it's funny, I'm just gonna keep going.
Yeah, yeah,
So,
yeah. No, I battled with myself in regards to that as well. Like, it's
well,
because
and you're married, so I would imagine it's even harder for you, because, like, I tried to be in a relationship while doing comedy, and
Mhm.
that shit didn't work out at all.
Yeah, yeah. I can imagine. You know what? Like, my wife. At first she was like, what the hell are you doing? But
Right.
she understood. Like, after a while, like, she's actually supportive. Like,
Well, women are way more supportive than men, so I get it. I
yeah,
understand
yeah, and
it.
so, oh man, like, shit, like, there's times where, like, she has to drive me to certain shows or open mics, and it's like, and I'm always
Right.
thinking in the back of my head, and like, oh, like, what is she thinking? But but no, she's cool with it. She understands the process and stuff, and she's been at the some of the
Yeah.
shows too. She likes it, so
Oh yeah, no, no, no. Your
yeah,
wife is amazing. Like, I wouldn't put up with your ass for that shit. Like, if I was in a relationship and I was a normal human, and my husband did comedy the way I do comedy,
yeah,
I would just be like, what the fuck are we together for? Like,
yeah.
you're always ignoring me, and you're always, you know what I mean? Like, I would just have a real hard time with it. But since I'm the one doing it, I expect a man to support that, but it doesn't happen. So,
Mm. So
you know.
that has happened, where it kind of fucked up the relationship a bit.
Oh, it fucks up. Yeah,
Yeah.
it like it fucks up a lot of shit for me. Not like in a bad way, but
Hmm.
it's just kind of made me realign, what I want in life. And I want it, I think if you have friends or if you have whatever, like, and they don't support you, it's like, well, what the fuck are we even friends for? I don't need you to
Yeah.
come out to every show, but I need
Yeah.
you to understand that
This is
I'm
what I
trying to
do.
do something. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah. Um,
yeah. So that leads me to only, like, unfortunately hanging out with comics, because regular people are like, oh, I don't want to talk about comedy all the time, or like whatever. So, it's just a fucked up life with a bunch of comic friends in my life. And it's just like, shit, what the fuck?
oh man,
Because,
that's
we're not
crazy.
normal by any means.
Nah, we always have some type of backstory when it comes down to it. Because
Yeah.
even before when I got into comedy, like I was always a fan of comedy.
Yeah.
I would watch it and shit, and then I would hear the stories like, yeah, all comedians are fucked up. Da, da, da. It's like, damn, for real? Like, is that what it is? Yeah, is that how it is? Like, and then when I got into comedy, I
Right.
realized like, shit, I do have some fucked up shit.
Yeah, like, and honestly, like, it's worked. I've gone to therapy, and I've tried different methods to uh like, I guess express how I'm feeling, and doing it on stage at an open mic for me is the best goddamn feeling for some reason. Like, I just don't, I just leave it all there. Like, I just fucking spit it all out, however awkward it
Yeah,
may be, and I just leave it there, and I feel a lot better because I talked about it to strangers. Um,
yeah,
you
yeah.
know, my
For
my
some
kids,
reason, yeah, yeah,
yeah,
it
my
does.
kids are always like, Jesus, mom, did you say that on stage? And I'm like, yeah, yep, I did.
Oh, speaking of your kids, like, yeah, how are they with that whole thing with you doing comedy? Like, are they supportive?
They are very, very supportive now. My daughter sometimes, she just shakes her head at this point. They're 15. My daughter just turned 18. My son's 15. My
Hmm.
son is super supportive, but he doesn't actually see or hear a lot of my comedy. My
Oh,
daughter,
okay.
I make go with me to open mic sometimes because she is my designated driver. Uh, but like, she'll be sitting over there, and I'll just be talking about her, and she'll just look at me like, "Are you fucking kidding me?" Like, but they all know it's in good fun, and I don't mean half the shit like it. I say it, but I don't necessarily, like, just because they're fucking jokes, they're stories,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
so
Tongue in
they
cheek.
have some
Yeah,
truth to them, but they're not all like super true. I'm not like super 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 horrible. I just would like to be, you know?
yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So you're in Sacramento. What's the some of the best places to do a showcase? And for the people that's not familiar with Sacramento, Sacramento has quite a few like comedy clubs and a lot of open mics and like I always love going out there whenever I could pre-COVID and stuff.
Yeah.
Um, I actually this year I ended up doing laughs for the first time, so that was cool.
See, I've never even done Laughs Unlimited.
Oh really? Oh
Nope.
shit. Yeah, it's a nice venue.
No, I mean, I
W-
know Jenny, and I go there all the time.
yeah,
I
yeah,
don't,
yeah, for sure.
for some reason, I just don't feel worthy enough yet to do. I've done
Mm,
Punchline,
yeah, yeah.
but
See, I haven't done
Jenny,
that. Yeah, I
oh,
haven't done
okay.
that one.
Yeah, Jenny's just, for me, she's a little intimidating, so I haven't gone to her yet to be like, hey, put me on a show
Mm,
or whatever here, just because
right, right.
I want to wait till I'm ready.
Yeah, yeah. No doubt.
Yeah.
But but yeah, like what's some of your favorite spots to do shows out there?
Pre-COVID, I would definitely say Vince's restaurant. The owner Rob is, like, it's just an open mic on Friday nights, but
Yeah,
at any
yeah.
point in time you could tell the owner Rob, like, hey, I'd really like to put an event on here, and he loves comedy. He always
Okay.
supports us. So that would be my spot
Yeah,
to put on anything, just because he's willing to work with you. But you know, as far as open mics go, I like Vince's. I really like Scoreboards, which is this bar in Citrus Heights that unfortunately, due to COVID, isn't open anymore. But once the
yeah.
world opens again, I hope they do it there.
See, I haven't tried that one.
Yeah.
There's a few of them out there I haven't tried. I wish I can try it
Yeah.
out when things do open up.
Yeah, for me,
But
a sleazy bar is better. Uh, for me, I like the rejection better at a sleazy bar than I do at like comedy spot. Comedy spot to me is hipsters and whatever, and I don't. I mean,
yeah,
that's just not my get down. I realize it does
yeah,
work for people, but I would
yeah,
rather go to some sleazy ass bar, and do it there.
yeah. Comedy spots interesting. I've done it a couple times.
Yeah.
It's yeah, like you said, it's kind of a weird vibe, hipster vibe.
Yeah, and I mean
I,
it's not that it's not a great spot, it definitely is, but I for me, it's just not my preference.
yeah, yeah.
But to each his own.
It is what it is.
It
Yeah.
is what it is.
So Danny, what's your favorite strain uh to smoke?
Of weed?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Uh Shit.
What do you fuck with?
Well,
Or edibles? What
I
do you
don't
like
fuck with
edibles?
edibles. No,
No,
because I
okay.
can't handle it. Because I'm like, oh, I'm a big girl. I could eat this whole fucking Rice Krispie treat. And then
You're not supposed to eat the whole thing.
yeah, that's what they all say, but I like sweets. So, I don't really try to get down with edibles too much. But
Hmm.
I fuck with sativa mainly, just because
Hmm.
I'm already lazy in general. I don't need.
Is that the body high or the head high? I
Sativa's
forget.
the whatever indica is like indica couch, and sativa I think is like a more energized high.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, I'll smoke whatever you got. I
Yeah.
like right now I'm smoking this ice cream. It's called Ice Cream Days, and it's fucking
Mm.
phenomenal. I bought it at the weed
Yeah.
show.
There you go. That's what's up.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Um. So with this, going back to the Zoom thing,
Hmm.
when did you start fucking with it? Like,
With Zoom,
how did you? Yeah, like, what
right
was your
away.
initial thoughts?
Oh shit, what are we gonna do? Uh, that so yeah, that was it. Like I didn't really do a Zoom open mic or anything like that. I basically like when it first started, Nico created this group, Displaced Comedians, and so I said, "Fuck it,
Yeah.
I'm gonna sign in." And then I met Sam Medina, Funky Sam Medina, and Athena and Paula, who works with Savage Henry. Uh,
Yeah.
so we were on just like a Zoom hangout, and I thought, hey, that's actually pretty damn cool. Like I don't have to leave my house. I don't have to drink alone per se.
Hmm.
We're all on the internet.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
and it was just kind of a cool way to hang
Cheaper.
out and vent, yeah, and vent and chill. And then they started, doing shows, and I was like, fuck it, let's try it. So
Hmm.
that's kind of how I started. What, in fucking February or March, at the end of February.
Hmm.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so I started right away.
That's the early days right there.
Yeah,
Damn.
yeah, right
Yeah.
away.
I didn't get hip to it to until July,
Yeah.
middle of July. Um. Uh. Yeah, because I I don't know. Like, at first it was like, what the hell is this Zoom shit about? Like,
Yeah, and a
I
lot of
seen it.
people are against it, you know what I mean? Like a lot of people are like, "Oh, Zoom comedy is not comedy." And I agree to some point. Like, okay, comedy in real life is not the same as Zoom comedy, but for me, I found that it's a really good fucking workshop. It's a good way to network. It's a good workshop. It's a good way to try shit out on people that
Right.
aren't your kids or teddy bears. Shit, I'll just sit here and talk to myself all day too, you know what I mean? Like I'll be like, okay, is this funny? Or I people think I'm insane. People think I'm
Yeah.
insane, and that's fine. I don't give a shit.
Yeah. Yeah. For real. It's always gonna be 50-50
Yeah,
with that
yeah, but
that kind of thing. Cause
Zoom's a great way to find other insane people in different states.
yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
Nah. I love it. I fuck with
yeah,
it.
I fuck with it too.
All Yeah, all the time. And hey now.
Elvin
um.
fucks with Zoom comedy all the time. Oh yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
Elvin.
Every day of the week.
Me too. Sometimes 3 or 4 times in a day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Um. So you you don't you mind talking about the other thing you do?
We can talk
You
about
want you?
whatever your little heart desires. There, I don't have
Oh
any
yeah,
filters, Elvin. So
yeah.
let's do it. You want to get down and
Quick,
dirty?
right? You know what? Quick thing. It's about to get lit, y'all. Um, quick thing on Oh shit! Now I lost my fucking train of thought. See
You're
what
so
you did,
excited.
Danny?
You're so
Shit.
excited.
Shit. Um. Oh shit. We'll come back to it. We'll come back. So the other job that you do, because you do mention it on your regular stand up, is a phone sex operator. Like,
Yes, sir.
how did that come about? How long you been doing that?
Well, I've been doing it for about 4 years. I worked at a lot of call centers, Elvin, growing like, becoming the fucked up adult that I am, and I'm really good at customer service, and
Yeah.
I'm a pretty horrible individual to where like I think horrible thoughts sometimes. So I just kind of Googled like, hey, phone sex operators, and I found like a bunch of different companies, and I'm just like, you know what, fuck it, like let's see if this works. And I started doing it while I was working. I was working at Sutter. I was a medical claims auditor, and
Oh,
I
okay.
hated my job. I'm not a morning
Yeah.
person, and
Yeah.
I basically just went in and was like, if I have to spend another day in this cubicle, I'm gonna slit my wrist. And
Hmm.
I quit and I went home and I just put all my efforts into that shit. And
Yeah.
I like it. I fucking I really enjoy it. So, sometimes it's tedious, but
Yeah.
I think there's nothing better than talking to strangers and figuring out where their heads at. So if you want to call me and if you want to call me and jerk off to me being your mom or your neighbor or your son's girlfriend or whatever, like I'll fucking talk to you. I don't give a shit, you
There
know?
you go. Give her a ring, y'all. Give her a ring.
But yeah, I've been doing it about 4.5 years. I mean, everyone knows. Like when I started doing it, I told my grandma, who's my favorite
Yeah.
human in the world, and she was like 90 at the time, and she was just like,
Hmm.
okay, whatever.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
So what's the so how do you like work around that, like schedule wise,
What do you
like
mean?
how does that whole thing, like as far as scheduling,
I do what I want when I
like
want. Like I log in. I'm my own boss, so I log in.
yeah.
And people will see I'm available, and then they
Uh-huh.
like because it's all on a website, so they'll go to the website, they'll see that I'm available, and then they call
Okay.
like a 900 number, and then the
Yeah.
extension transfers them over to my cell phone. And I mean, I've taken calls at comedy events, I've taken calls at home, I've taken calls in front of friends. To me, it's just a
Yeah.
big
Okay.
good time
Okay.
if you can keep your mouth shut, like because a lot of people are really interested in it, but then once I'm doing it, like they can't be quiet, like they're just laughing hella hard. So like, you know, it's it's not for everyone, but
Yeah, yeah.
my friends understand that I don't have a regular like 9 to 5 job. So if I get a phone call, like,
Yeah.
and I'm not logged in all the time. And actually, since OnlyFans started, I just transferred a lot of my shit over there. So I only take calls maybe like one day a week or so, if that. At this point, I have
Mm.
enough. I have some guys that don't mind supporting me that I've never met, which to me I think is very strange, but whatever. I have a lot of daddies, Elvin. So if I need daddy to
There you
pay
go.
my bar bill,
There
daddy
you
will pay
go.
it.
There you go. That's how you do it, man. That's how you do it.
Yeah, because
She's
going to
pimping.
work,
She's pimping.
I mean, life is short enough. And going to work every day and like a job that you hate, or like living with someone that you can't stand, or being around people that are just putting you down, like you don't need to you don't need to do that. Like just
Right.
fucking figure
Right.
out what's going to work for you, and still be able to support you
Be
and your
happy.
family,
Yeah.
but be happy because you're going to die
Yeah.
one
Yeah.
day and that's it.
Yeah.
Like I don't know if you come back, I don't know what the fuck happens, but I just, why not be happy with what you're doing while you're doing it? Because for a long time I
There.
just wasn't, you know.
There. That's what's up. I mean, it works for you. That's all that matters.
Yeah, and not everyone's the
That,
same, sometimes people like
yeah.
going to work 9 to 5, and that's cool. I don't judge anyone. I have no room
Yeah. Yeah.
to judge anyone. So you got to do what
For
works for
sure.
you, and you know, it's this works for me right now,
Yeah,
and it
yeah, it
might
is.
change. You know, you never know.
You never know.
I did
Um.
during COVID get my real estate license, so I'm venturing into
Oh.
that. I'm venturing into that.
Okay. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I figured I better do something with this COVID time. Uh,
Yeah. Yeah.
so you know, I got to figure out how to. I'm working with Joey C, who's another comic here in Sacramento. Him and his wife are great. You know, and so I'm learning the aspects of that because I mean, I in my heart I believe I could sell ice to an Eskimo. So, you know,
Bam.
I don't think that selling stuff or talking to people is hard for me. So like I figured
Hmm.
why the fuck not? Let's try this.
Yeah. Multi-talented, multifaceted. I mean, she got skills, y'all.
That's hella funny.
Um.
I lost my virginity to that song by All for One in the 90s. She got
Oh,
skills.
damn.
Yeah.
All for one. That's a.
Oh man.
You're going way back right there.
Yeah. I swear.
uh,
Oh, oh, yes. Yes, sir.
oh my god.
Yeah.
Oh, man, they were dope, man. They were dope.
Yeah,
Yeah.
man.
All those '90s R&B groups and shit.
I'm really into I go to psychics a lot, Elvin. So like
Mm.
I'm a total weirdo at this point. So like I went to a psychic recently and well like last year and she told me like my diaphragm's not opening enough, you know, because I'm fat. I'm not gonna lie, I'm a little unhealthy. But she told me that like I need to start meditating and I need to start singing. And I'm like, my kids are gonna hate you,
Uh-huh.
you know, because I'm a bad singer. But I started doing karaoke and I sing all the time now. I'm like Bob's wife on Bob's Burgers, man. I'll break out in the song.
Ah,
Yeah, it's horrible. It's not.
that's what's
It's
up,
a
man.
lot. The people that hang out with me have a lot of patience because I'm a lot of work.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, man. Shit. You're fun.
Oh,
So
oh,
you're fun to be around. Um. But all right. You're gonna be doing a little something later
yep.
tonight. You're gonna be coming down a
Yep.
series for a comedy
That I won last
competition.
week. Uh,
Uh, and she's coming back. She's greedy.
they t-
Come on, Danny. Let
they
the
told
other
me I
people
had
win.
to. They said you have to come back and defend your title, and I said okay. All right.
Shannon
Well,
didn't come
Shannon's a
back.
busta. That's not my fault. He got sidetracked probably. You know.
Side, right. So okay, she's gonna be defending her title. So who's rolling out? Who's rolling out? Who
Well,
else
here's
is
the
going?
deal. Here's the deal.
And I'll give you my answer
Um,
after.
I normally am not opposed to driving people. However, I have driven so many people to so many places at this point that are not respectful in my car. At this point, I'm only taking a few. So I'm only taking David Thorne with me
Hmm.
tonight, and I'm picking up Gabe in Stockton. If yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
That's all that's riding with me tonight. Last week I went alone.
Okay.
You know, just because I don't
Hmm.
want like I don't want people doing hella drugs in my car or like drinking while I'm driving. And I'm just like, what are you doing? Like, at the end of the day, I'm still
Yeah.
trying to
Yeah.
be a responsible adult. I don't want to get a ticket, you know? So if I'm already
Right.
driving you
Right.
two
Right.
and a half hours, be on your best behavior, you know? Right?
Respect the
Because I'm a
car,
mom when I'm
bitches.
driving, like,
Yeah.
hey, music's too loud, or like, you know, shut your fucking mouth. Like, I'm not a good time to drive with for sure.
Yeah. Okay. I'm
All
heading out
right,
there
I'm
with
going to
you.
pick you up then, right?
Fuck
Okay.
yeah. Fuck
You know,
yeah.
that's a
Let's
lot of
do
trust
this.
and faith for you because you can't see what's going on, man. I could take you to the forest and have my way with you or something. I
You
won't, but I
could,
could.
but yeah, you.
You get that permission slip signed by your wife?
Permission slip. No permission slip. Fuck that shit. No, she said,
Okay,
you're good.
good.
You're
Well,
good.
I'm excited. I'll
Good.
pick you up. I'll be an astute driver for you. But you better not win. I'm just
No,
kidding.
I appreciate
I'm
it.
just kidding. I'm just kidding.
See, she won't let anyone
That's
win.
right. That's right. How dare you give it to him?
um. Shit. Who gives a fucking phone blind? I'm gonna use
You
all
know,
my
I would
advantages.
too. Fuck that shit. Fuck that shit.
That's what I'm saying. Here's what I tell people. I tell people, man. I use my disadvantage to my
Right.
advantage. I was like, fuck,
Right.
fuck that
Right.
shit.
If only being
I
a
don't give
female
a
was a disadvantage. God damn it. Oh.
fuck.
Oh.
Okay, Danny. So we're gonna do that. We're gonna go out there. We're gonna fucking
We
rock that
are.
house and shit. How many people was out there when
It doesn't
you
matter.
were
It
there
was just me. That's why I
last
won.
week?
I'm just kidding. No, there was 6 comics last week, and tonight I hopefully there will be more. I mean, I'm bringing 3 plus myself, and then probably some
Yeah, yeah,
more 209 boys will show up. Hopefully, yeah.
yeah. Okay. Well, we're definitely gonna do that. I'll
Yes.
shoot you my address later. So yeah. Okay. Before we wrap it up, I got these 3 questions that I ask all my guests at the end of the show. But it's your
Oh,
choice. No pressure. You can answer all 3. You
okay.
can pass whatever. So I'll say the questions first,
You're
and
gonna
then
say all
we
three
can
questions
go down
first?
from there. The first,
Okay.
yeah, I'll say it first, and then just to give you time and shit. The first one is aliens or Bigfoot. Second question is, what would you be doing besides comedy? And the third one, last but not least, is what
Ooh.
is your go-to food?
Well, my go-to food, I'm gonna say
There.
these wrong. My go-to food is
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
definitely like my go-to food is definitely like bagel uncrustables, like strawberry uncrustables. However, like if I'm cooking, I love to cook. Obviously, I need to keep
Hmm.
my curves, and I'm the only one that feeds me. So I definitely get down with lasagna, any kind of pasta. Like those are my favorites. But my go-to is like simple, quick, fucking
Mm,
12-year-old food.
damn.
Because I'm stoned a lot. So and I'm gonna say aliens because
All right.
like if Bigfoot was alive, if Bigfoot was real, in my opinion, this is just my opinion, uh, I feel
Hmm.
like he would have been found, man.
Yeah,
Like there
yeah.
are a lot of weirdos out there just hanging out in the woods looking for this giant ass creature. And aliens, I mean, there's been a lot of weird reportings and shit in the sky. And honestly, like I've been to Area 51 and it's just kind of chilling. Like it's just weird. Uh, I guess aliens. I'll
Yeah,
go with
yeah.
aliens.
Oh,
And
there you go. There you go.
if I
Okay, that's what's
wasn't
up.
doing comedy,
And
or
then,
if I
yeah, yeah,
what was what
yeah. If you weren't doing comedy, what other interests would you
shit.
be into?
Um, let's see.
I mean, you could be anything, anything that like, damn, I wish I could have done that.
Honestly, okay,
Yeah,
so when I was younger, this is how fucked up I've been. When I was younger, you know how kids like want to be astronauts or like cowboys or whatever the fuck the kids want to be when they grow up.
yeah.
I be one of Hugh Hefner's girls. Like I wanted him to go through a big phase and like brunettes, and I wanted to live at the mansion. Like I was like 14 saying that. Uh, so like I've just kind of always wanted to
Yeah.
have a spotlight on me. Like I didn't want to really have sex with Hugh Hefner. I just wanted to hang out with celebrities. Yeah, like in my
At the
mind,
Playboy
I've been
Mansion. Yeah,
delusional
yeah.
my whole life. So I feel like people should know about it. So yeah, I'd probably just be a hooker, I guess. If I mean, if I had all kinds of money, I would probably still
The-
be gambling. Yeah, I don't fucking know. I don't know. That was the hardest question for me. I don't know. I don't have no idea. Yeah,
Okay,
I'd be
no,
a
I
hooker.
like the first one. The first one was cool.
Yeah, but then he fucking
Hugh
died, so now
Hefner's
it's not a
girl. There you go,
possibility.
man. That's all it is.
How dare he? All right.
Let's bring him back to life now. All right. So we'll wrap it up. Where can they find you?
Well, you can
Where can
always
they
find
check
me
you out?
on the internet, obviously, at Facebook, Instagram. You could type in rad chick the number 4 ever. I also am on a podcast, which is pretty cool. It's called Gag on This podcast.
Yeah, go check it out.
We get down with some local comics, and we also get down with some weird shit. And I love it. I love the podcast. But yeah, you can find me on OnlyFans at Rad Chick Forever, like EVA, like Outcast, you know. But either, yeah, forever, ever, forever, ever.
Ever, ever,
Yeah, you can find me anywhere you need to find me,
ever.
and if you can't find me, then you can message someone and they'll tell you where to find me. Yeah, Danielle DeLuca.
I like that. There it is. There you go. So yeah, check her out, y'all.
Yes.
Go follow her.
Yeah,
Shit,
subscribe to
subscribe to
me.
her,
Don't follow
whatever, all
me.
that good
Subscribe to
stuff.
me. Don't follow
She
me.
she fucking
I don't need
sub
any more psychos in my life because I love
yeah,
you guys. You know.
yeah. Man, go, I mean, support the homegirl, you know. So yeah, that's what it is. That's it, y'all. Where's my damn podcast? Be sure
I
to share, like, review, all that good shit. It's gonna be available on the various streaming platforms. So man, just support the podcast, y'all. Man, like support your boy. Just trying to spread some goodness in the
absolutely.
world. Uh, but yeah, Danny, it was a lot of fun. I'll see you tonight, and shit, we're gonna tear that shit
Hell yeah,
that
let's get
that
fucking
whole place up.
dirty in the 209. All right. Well, thanks for having me on. I appreciate it. I love talking about myself and comedy, so this definitely fulfilled a need. Um yeah, I'll support
Yeah,
your
yeah.
podcast like like my bra supports me. So, which is a lot.
Yeah,
All
yeah.
right.
There you go. That's what's
Bye.
up. All right, y'all. Peace.